Good morning, everyone. This is Idaho Humvee. Today we have some maintenance things going on. You can see my 1123. It does fit in the garage. Barely. Just look at that door. Got a lot of chaos going on. Too much stuff on the workbench. So we're over here on my freezer. I've got the tailgate topper for my Ram because the one on it broke and was basically like a shark fin in the wind. It was pretty funny. Got some pins for that, but you're not here for that stuff. Today, we're going to be looking at doing the heater hose behind the doghouse of my ambulance. In theory, once I actually get this thing installed, I won't be breathing in engine exhaust, so that'll be fun. Need to find some hose clamps for this guy. I think it's 2.5 inch. But the real star of the show, new start boxes. Because on this guy, the 1123, I have a power cutoff switch. And every time I turn it on and off, it sends a slight surge to the start box. And over time, it has started to damage it. Every once in a while, I'll turn it on, no light. Turn it on, the light stays on. You know, all those little quirks that start boxes are known for. So instead of taking this out in the desert and flipping a switch and, hey, it ain't working. Yeah, I'm just replacing it. So I ordered a pair of Camotek System boxes, which are dumb smart boxes, I guess. You are the computer for it. So basically you press the button in, hold it, release it. That's it. There's no computer chip to fry. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. But first, my other project. I need to work on my 38A1. Who am I kidding? That's been going for 4 years. I'll work on it eventually. So let's go ahead and take a look at these and see what they look like. All right, so when I call these a dumb start box, I don't mean it to insult the box. I mean it as there's no computer chip. These things are beautifully designed. They are individually tested. They are handmade. These are not some big production run thing. They are all done by an individual here in Southern California. They come with a huge instruction book, well, huge by normal standards. They even come with some stickers as to like where to place it, how to use this thing, all sorts of cool stuff. Oh, where's the sticker that I saw? What not to do, stuff like that. But they come with a new plate that you can see here, all individually tested. Mine has the key, has the push button. You can do one that has a remote up to the dash of the Humvee. That way, if you don't want to go under the dash to hold this button down, you can just do a remote next to the actual switch. But these things are beautiful. You can tell by the amount of bubble wrap that they are well packaged. I have my other one in here still. So yeah, I'm actually really excited for this because I've been putting it off for a while. And the other advantage to this is I can actually have a keyed system on here that isn't the one that's on the dash that is known for frying start boxes. So this one is another way to add a little security to my rig. It'll be hidden up under the dash. In fact, I'm actually going to show you real quick where under the dash it'll be. For those of you that don't know, it's going to be up here. So you'll have basically the key and a button. So if you get under the dash to start your truck, once the glow plugs are done, then you can go and, sorry, I don't know what just happened there with my phone. Then you can go and do your normal switch over and do all the stuff here. I'm not going to play with it because I don't have the power turned off and I don't want to be warming up my glow plugs. But that remote one basically replaces this data plate and adds a spot where you can actually push the button in and do your glow plugs and then crank it over. I didn't want to go that route just because I don't want to mess with the correctness, if you will, the correctness of my rig. Because that's totally correct. But yeah, one less thing for the guys in the club to say, oh, hey, that's not correct. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these things going. It's really simple. Under the hood, there's 4 bolts in the screw in. Undo it, undo the bolts, it drops out. You've got the plug in here, no big deal. And then yeah, just reverse the process. So plug, bolts, and hey, you have a new start box. So yeah, I'm really excited. I want to show you guys how well this works and how it works. And yeah, this is going to be fun. So stay tuned. All right. Happy maintenance day. Mother's Day. Let's get this show on the road. I got to do the start boxes on both rigs, check oil, trans fluid, coolant, and do the heater hose on the ambulance. You know, all the fun stuff before the parade and show season. So let's get to it. All right, I got my heater hose, 2 hose clamps, the flathead screwdriver, 4 set hose clamps. Now we just have to remove the doghouse and see what's under there. All right, doghouse is gone. Engine is dusty. What else is new? So the hose goes from there to there. Doesn't seem like a big deal, right? It is a big deal when it's missing because it goes directly into the cab on both sides, and suddenly you're just sucking in engine exhaust or burning oil or dust or who knows what. This is a Marine Corps vehicle. I don't even want to think about what might be coming in the cab or is already in the cab. So let's get this thing installed. All right, so we have this installed here. This side, nice and easy access. That side, complete pain in the butt. Had to go through the engine bay. Even then, very limited access. I think that side will stay. We'll see as I bounce around. I just tested it, and it does actually blow through here now, finally. Woohoo! Means my dog can get heat someday. Now, if your truck is missing one of these, here is the information you need. Got your cage code, part number, NSN number, all that fun stuff. Took me, I don't know, 3 months to figure out which one I needed. And as you can see, I ordered the wrong one. That guy that comes in that vacuum sealed tube you see everywhere online, usually eBay, that is this hose. So it goes up into the heater system and down somewhere. I haven't followed that one yet. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy on the internet. All right, so that's installed. Didn't want to fire it up and show you guys that it does work because, ooh, it works. Meanwhile, the engine's making a bunch of noise. So, yeah, let's move on to the next part of this project. All right, now for the fun part. The uninstall of the start box. Step 1, undo your batteries. Make sure your batteries are disconnected. What we'll be disconnecting is this nifty thing right here. As you can see, it's hand tight. The 4 bolts, this one, this one, this one, and that one. Inside, we will be disconnecting that big old spindle thing right there. And then do not let it drop free. Get a helper to help you with this, but first disconnect your batteries. All right. Got the old Narton start box out. As you can see, I had to use long-nosed vice grips on it because that little thing that you're supposed to screw the bolt in, the weld broke. So naturally it was the far corner. Didn't want to stay in there. Or no, rather it did want to stay in there, and I had to get up back in there to take the bolt out. But basically, it's really easy. 7/16 bolts, 2 of them. Big hole for the top part. Down in here. Lots of space now that it's gone. Now you just reverse the process, put the other one in. Okay, as you can see, we have it installed here. 4 bolts. The connector here. I had more trouble twisting the military wires to match up with the connector, which is still oriented the correct way because Camotek does it right. But the wires are just, I swear the harness is backwards on this ambulance. I have nothing but problems with electrical, but that's my luck. So let's go take a look down here. Got the box installed, the connection all done up. It's nice and hidden, so when you just look into the truck, you're like, okay, cool, there's a little bit of gray down there. Don't necessarily see it. You have to actually get down in here to see it. Battery's been connected, so let's go ahead and do this. Now there's power to the system, in theory. Turn it to run. There should be no light. Go back down here. There's that nifty little push button. I'm gonna hold for 4 seconds. The instructions say a max of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, release, and very nice. Camotek did a great job with it. I'm going to be keeping my old start box just because if I ever sell the ambulance, I'll pull the Camotek out and I can put the old one back in because this one actually works just fine. But yeah, it's as simple as that. So now that it is a push button, I am the computer. There's no actual computer chip in it. It's all mechanical, electrical. So there's no frying of the start box anymore. It's just going to work. On a really hot day, 1-2 seconds. On a really cold day, 6 seconds. Or maybe it's going to be 2 different sessions of 6 seconds after an appropriate amount of time in between, if it's like below 0 kind of thing. But yeah, depending on your truck, your glow plug status, your injectors, your fuel pump, all those different things will determine how long you actually need to do for your glow plug heat up. But the cool thing is, because there's a key in this one, and I got locks on my doors, I'd be like, cool, I'm going into Walmart. Take my key with me. There's a whole lot of nothing because there is no power thanks to that. It is not a battery disconnect though. So if I were to install, say, a radio on here and I wired it in, it would have no function on that. It wouldn't do anything. It's not a battery disconnect. It's a starter disconnect. So it'll kill power to your starter, to your plugs, and keep people from easily taking your truck. There are obviously other ways to take a Humvee. A nice roll bed trailer would be, or roll bed tow truck, or a flatbed trailer. Those would definitely work. But for the ease of it, nice and simple. So let's continue and do it to the 1123. All right, I got the Camotek installed on my 1123 as well. As you can see, it's the shiniest, cleanest thing on here. Already tested it, works great. Now for the real question, was I sponsored by Camotek? The answer is no. I spent my own money on this. Well, my wife's money, but yeah, anyways. No, it was my money. Well, our money, I should say, probably more accurately. Now, would I do it again? Yes. Because now I don't have a computer in there. Now I don't have some microchip telling me, oh, hey, I broke while I'm out in the middle of the desert. So far, I'm impressed with the quality, the ease of install, the simplicity of it. Cam knows that I am putting a video out, so I told him ahead of time. If there is an issue going down the road, which I do not see that being the case, I'll contact him first, see what happens. I don't suspect any issues whatsoever. Even if I have a problem with the box, I don't expect an issue with him. So yeah, I am happy. And if that ever changes, I'll let you guys know. That's part of my transparency on this. But I look forward to seeing it out in the desert, having a bunch of fun, and continuing on with the chaos that I do with these things. Until next time, Idaho Humvee.